Okay, when it comes to presentation mastery, where do you start? Is it your body language, your pacing, maybe your choice of words, or maybe it's actually the design of your PowerPoint slides, or it could be your mindset? Well, there's actually something way easier and way more overlooked. Now, I say easier because it's the one thing that actually improves your presentation before you've even opened your mouth. That's right, today we're talking about what you should wear if you want to give a kick-ass presentation. Okay, fair enough. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Dean, what the heck does it matter what I wear? Surely my research and what I actually say is what counts.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Well, if you think your audience will instantly see the inner genius inside you the moment you start talking, you're not living in the real world.
You take the red pill, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
You see, people make snap judgments, and psychologists even have a name for this. It's called heuristics. These are mental shortcuts that our brains use so that we don't have to think at full capacity every second of every day. So what does that mean in practical terms? Well, it means if you step up to the podium in a wrinkled t-shirt and baggy jeans,
how do you do, fellow kids?
What?
Your audience's brain quietly says to them, this person isn't taking it seriously. Some of them will switch off. Others will actually start looking for flaws in your talk. So there's a well-known phenomenon behind this called the horn effect. Think the devil, okay? Basically, the horn effect states that if you do one thing poorly, people will assume that you do everything else poorly as well. So if you look sloppy, they'll expect sloppy slides, sloppy data, and sloppy delivery. Now, unfortunately, that means even your good points won't shine as bright because the horn effect actually dulls them. Now, some of you might say, but Steve Jobs wore jeans and a black turtleneck for all of his big talks. Or you might say, Mark Zuckerberg, he basically lives in hoodies. Well, here's the thing that most people who say things like that miss. You are not Steve Jobs. You are not Mark Zuckerberg.
You are a toy!
Now, I'm not trying to tear you down. I'm simply reminding you that dressing casual is the exception, not the rule. So unless you're a global icon or a billionaire and everybody on earth already knows how amazing you are, you've got to play by these rules. Now, is that fair? No, I guess it's not. But it is a reality. You can fight an uphill battle against it all you want, but you'll be wasting your time and you'll be wasting your opportunities. Alternatively, you can choose to take advantage of this reality. You see, once you understand the horn effect, you can flip it. This is where the other side of the coin, the halo effect, comes in. You do one thing really well, the audience will assume that everything else is fantastic too. So in practical terms, if you walk up there, if you go up to the podium in a crisp shirt, proper trousers, maybe even a tie or a sports jacket, suddenly you look the part. Before you've even said a word, the audience's brain is whispering again, but this time it's saying, this person knows what they're talking about. And when you look credible, your words hit harder. Plus, the good side is any fumbles or minor mistakes are more likely to be forgiven or glossed over in the minds of your audience. This isn't about vanity, this is strategy. Okay, so we've won over the audience, but what about winning the battle in your own mind? This is where it gets even more interesting. It's not just the audience's perception that changes based on what you wear, it's your perception of yourself. It changes as well. Back in 2012, a study was conducted in which a group of students sitting a test were split into two groups. Now, the first group were given a lab coat to wear. The second group weren't. The first group actually outperformed the second group on the test. And what's even more interesting is what happened next. So they repeated this test, but they made one minor modification. This time, both groups of students are given lab coats. The only difference is the first group were told that they were doctor's coats. The second group were told that they were actually painter's smocks. Okay? And the interesting thing is, the first group outperformed the second group once again. So what the hell does any of this mean? Well, this is due to a concept in psychology called enclothed cognition. And what this means is what you wear actually affects how you think and perform. This is a result not just of the physical experience of wearing the clothing, but also the symbolic meaning behind the clothes. So it's not just the fabric, it's the meaning you attach to what you're wearing. So when you dress like someone who belongs on that stage, your brain plays along. You stand taller, you speak clearer, and you carry yourself with more authority.
He's beginning to believe.
So to summarize, dressing well doesn't just make the audience take you seriously, it makes you take yourself seriously. So why is this the easiest way to start leveling up your presentation skills? Well, to put it simply, it's because you don't have to learn any new techniques or skills. Get your hands on a couple of wardrobe staples, a nice shirt, nice pair of trousers, maybe even an odd jacket, and you're good to go. Also, the reason that this is a great place to start is because the bar is generally quite low when it comes to dressing, depending on what level you're at. For example, back when I was a lecturer at Queen's University, I used to have to sit through back-to-back presentations from undergrads. Hundreds of them, maybe even thousands. And take it from me, I could count on one hand the number of times I actually saw someone wearing a nicely ironed shirt. Now, things aren't quite as bad when you get to postgraduate level. It's not unusual to see professors, lecturers, postdocs in baggy trousers, t-shirts, hoodies even when they're up presenting at their institution or at a conference. So again, what I'm trying to get across is the bar is low, and when the bar is low, that means the opportunity is high. Okay, so maybe you're thinking to yourself, well, that's all well and good, Dean, but I don't actually know the first thing about how to dress well. Okay, fair enough. Let's get practical. I'm going to show you a few different levels of outfit, from please don't all the way up to presenting like a pro. I hope nobody is at level 0. This is what you see in undergrads. You see sweats, leggings, baggy clothing, maybe even their hair isn't even done up. You know, guys come in, hair's not even brushed. This signals to the panel, to whoever is marking you on your presentation, let's say, that you're not taking it seriously. Okay, level 1, the t-shirt and jeans. Comfortable? Sure. Respectable for a conference presentation? Not really. The fit might be fine for lab work or Zoom calls, but on stage it just screams, I didn't prepare for this. I'm not taking this seriously. Okay, level 2, trousers and a nice shirt. Okay, now we're starting to move in the right direction. You look cleaner, you look slicker, you look sharper. But if the shirt's untucked or the pattern's too loud, it still gives off the vibe that you're a student, not a speaker. Level 3, trousers, shirt and tie. Classic academic territory. This works beautifully if the tie is neat and the shirt fits well, but just be careful. This can lean a little bit stiff or dated if the colors clash or if the fit is off. Then we've got level 4, trousers, shirt and jacket. This is my personal favorite for most talks. It's smart, it's confident, but it's relaxed enough that you can move around freely. You see, a good jacket frames your posture, hides mic cables, but instantly signals professionalism. And yes, you can even style jeans in a shirt. Now, bearing in mind, the jeans should be a dark denim. The darker the denim, the more formal you can style them. They should be slim fit or regular fit and paired with a well-fitted jacket. That makes it smart casual, not lazy casual. We've now arrived at level 5. This is the full ensemble. Trousers, shirt, tie and jacket. Ideal for formal events, international conferences, maybe even your Viva. This says, I'm taking this seriously, without needing to say a word. Okay, so the goal isn't strictly to follow a dress code. It's to match the energy of the room and elevate it just enough so that people take notice. So before you rehearse your next talk, ask yourself, does my outfit say what I want it to say? Does it say that I belong here? And if the answer is yes, you've already set yourself up for a win. Now guys, I've been making these videos, but I want to hear from you in the comments down below. So let me know, what's your go-to presentation outfit? And do you think it affects your confidence? Got any questions, or maybe you disagree with me on some of the content from today's video? Let me know in those comments down below.